Hey guys, this is Undercover Dudes all the way from Down Under, and today we're going to be talking about Combat Arms Reloaded Pure Combat Mode. And I'm going to be straight up honest. If you want old combat arms, balanced, fair, fun combat arms, Pure Combat Mode is it. It is the quintessential way to go and play combat arms. It is the most refined version of CA I have played since when CA was refined and didn't have all the recon vests and the M416 CQB and all these overpowered weapons. It is fair, it is balanced, it is fun. And for the first time in a very, very, very long time, I'm actually enjoying combat arms, and it is my go-to game to play right now. Yes, there are still problems with Combat Arms Reloaded as a whole, many problems indeed, but focusing in on Pure Combat Mode, I just want to go and dissect why this is truly great. The first thing is with the weapons and the gear and overall the balancing of this mode. It's goddamn perfect. In terms of the gear, you have medium vest, which is overall no additional protection, light vest, which is a less protection but 4% extra speed, and then heavy vest, which is more protection but less speed. That's the only choices when it comes to modifying the movement attributes of your character. When it comes to the head and the face and the camo and all that, all cosmetic. When you have a look at the backpack, you just have your default single slot backpack. You're rocking 2 primary weapons, and with the backpack, it actually takes away a bit of speed as well. So if you want to go even faster, just a little bit, you can take away your backpack. Balancing in the gear department is fantastic. People not bunny hopping around the map, people not just sprinting forever around the map. When you actually go and play the game, it's a bit more calculated. You have to go and think how you're going to use your sprint stamina, how you're going to go and peek around the corner, and it just makes the gameplay so much better. Moving on to the weapons, they are all balanced. There is no overpowered weapons in Pure Combat Mode. You've got the classics like the M4, the AK-47, Sky, LNA6A1, USP. Those are rising to the top. Lots of people picking up those weapons and their skin variants. But in the end of it, there is a lot of other weapons you can go and choose from as well. The M14, later inclusions like the M16A4. But in the end of it, there is no one gun that is just super strong in every area. If you go and pick up, let's say, an AK-47, you know that you've got a really hard-hitting assault rifle, but with a lot of spread and a lot of recoil, that's where your faults lie. For the first time in a very, very long time, I have to go and think about what weapons I want to go and use on what map and what mode. A lot of the time, I'm using an M4A1 and an LNA6A1. The M4, the all-round assault rifle, jack of all trades, master of none. And the LNA6A1, the very strong one-shot kill body shot sniper rifle, but doesn't have a lot of accuracy behind it. If I want accuracy, I might go to the M1A7, but I can't really quickscope that well or run around that fast. But if I want to go towards the M24 for perfect accuracy, I'm losing that one-shot capability most of the time. So as you can go and see, I have to make decisions based on the map. If it's close quarters, I'm dropping the sniper rifle, I'm chucking on an MP5, but then maybe I want to go and put the sniper rifle on as well. I have to go and sacrifice in order to gain, and that's something I haven't experienced in combat arms for a very, very long time. And so you combine this balanced weapon and gear with the original Combat Arms gameplay, which has not changed, and you have got, quintessentially, old Combat Arms in 2018, and it is damn fun. And of course, one of the most important things I haven't mentioned yet. All the weapons and gear in Pure Combat Mode, it's free to purchase. You don't need any in-game currency, you don't need any real-life currency. All the gear, all the weapons, free to purchase regardless of what rank you are. You can be a recruit and you can have the same weapons as a general of the army. And that type of balance across the board is amazing. The only part of Pure Combat Mode which is monetized is the cosmetics, and that's the way it should be. You can't pay for an advantage, you can just pay to go and look cool. And this is the first time where this concept in Combat Arms has actually worked out, because there is incentive to go and play Pure Combat Mode, because everything is free to go and purchase. You don't have to spend money on guns with GP or the real life currency, whatever. You can play Combat Arms completely free to play. If you want to go and look cool, the cosmetics are there. When people started leaving Combat Arms back in the day, there was 2 other reasons besides the pay-to-win nature: hackers and lag. When it comes to hackers, the anti-cheat is holding up really well. I haven't seen a single hacker in my playtime of Combat Arms Reloaded lately, and hopefully it keeps up. When it comes to lag, the servers are holding up really, really well. No glitches, no teleportation, nobody complaining about really finicky servers and the servers dropping and whatever. It is rock solid. Servers in Southeast Asia, North America, Europe, and coming soon, South America. And so overall, we've got global coverage for this game for the first time in forever. We then have to go and look at the technological improvements. When you have a look at the graphics update, the reloaded graphics, it runs really, really nice. It has been optimized. It runs nice. It feels nice. Classic graphics, it runs as well as it always been. You've got the mouse lag issue completely fixed. You can use 1000 Hz mouse on Combat Arms now, which is absolutely amazing. That's been implemented a long time ago, but incrementally, all these updates, you put them all together and it just kind of gels so well. You get the full package. Moving back to the pure combat mode itself, there is only 5 modes available. Elimination, one-man army, search and destroy, capture the flag, and VIP escort. Those, with exception to VIP escort, is the original modes of Combat Arms, and VIP escort is a good mode, so it's great to go and include it in that batch. But you've got the original CA modes with the original CA gameplay, with the original CA guns and original CA modes, you know, with a few extras that don't really go and muck up the gameplay at all. They actually go and add a little bit of variety, but don't destroy the balance. So overall, you've got Combat Arms 2009 in your fingertips, but it's just kind of masked under the whole Combat Arms Reloaded tag, and that's the issue I want to go and talk about. Simply, pure combat mode is not being pushed hard enough. It's not being pushed as the face of Combat Arms. It's not the default mode. It's being seen as kind of like the extra mode on the side. It should be the way to go and play Combat Arms. Veloth is taking steps in the right direction, where if you go to the quick menu at the very start and you just hit play, it will dump you into a pure combat elimination game, which is fantastic. But too many people are going to play in general combat, and it's too accessible to go and get to general combat. It's the default option on the left hand side with the tabs, and when you go into it, people going and running around with the recon vests and the max speed and max sprint stamina, with the M416 CQBs and the SOT mods and the Orphis and the dual Scorpions. And those guns have been balanced out to an extent, but those weapons are not available for GP or for free in general to new players. And that's why if a new player just randomly hops into one of those rooms, that would feel really just kind of not welcomed, because you're just at such a significant disadvantage. At least with pure combat mode, if you're a new player and you just go and hop in, you get dominated by somebody on the enemy team, you know it's because that player is good, not because they have a golden gun that's super overpowered and that just dominates the lobby. It's because they're a good player. So you play more and more, you go and become better yourself, and then you can go and fight back. And that is just the perfect formula for a really addictive and fun game. Now, my second issue, very much linked with the first, is the fact that the UI is garbage. The user interface is really bad, and it's extremely off-putting to new players. When people go and hop in, they keep asking in the chat, how do I go and equip new weapons? It is really difficult to go and find a shop tab or a inventory tab or anything like that, because it's hidden all the way to the left-hand side. What Veloth you need to go and do is have that whole pop out, you know, Android shit, whatever, get rid of it. Just have it popped out permanently. Just have the text stacked, whatever. Who cares if it doesn't look nice? At least it's functional to an extent. And then people can go and see, oh, shop, inventory. They can click that. And then just have that permanently expanded and just shift everything to the right. Because you've got enough free space as it is. You don't need to go and just be really stingy with it. For the first time in a very long time, the problem with Combat Arms is not the gameplay, is not the balance, is not the lag, it's not the hackers, it's with the user interface. That is the key problem. If Veloth can go and fix the user interface by potentially reverting to an old one, which I don't think is going to go and happen, or just severely overhauling the current one they have right now, Combat Arms Reloaded, it could potentially be one of the best free-to-play first-person shooters on Steam. Now, the competition, to be fair, isn't very tight. You've got Black Squad, and then not on Steam, you've got Iron Sight. But I think Combat Arms Reloaded can go and coexist with those two games quite perfectly, because each one of them provides a different experience. Combat Arms Reloaded goes and provides the experience that I personally want. It's the perfect combination of tactical but arcadey, but fast, but calculated gameplay, and it's realistically what I've wanted for so long, but it's being given back to me for the first time in 10 years. I also need to go and congratulate Veloth with their very forward-thinking mindset in terms of marketing and social media engagement and community management. When you go and have a look at the posts on the Discord and you have a look at the posts on the Facebook, they are very active. They are responding to people. They're doing live streams. They're really in touch with the community, and that is something we haven't seen from Nexon since forever. When you go and have a look at the marketing side, they are paying YouTubers in order to go and promote Combat Arms Reloaded, specifically the Pure Combat mode. All of these videos have one thing in common. They talk about the Pure Combat mode because that was a stipulation for the contract, I suppose. I had the opportunity to go and do a sponsored video for Combat Arms Reloaded, but I turned it down. I turned it down because I wanted an unbiased view of this game, and everything I'm saying right now is not being paid for. It's just because I like what Veloth has gone and done, and for the first time in a very long time, I'm congratulating their success. But simply, this is the first step in the right direction for Veloth when it comes to Combat Arms Reloaded. But they have to go and keep it up. They have to keep going in this direction, making more and more improvements, especially to the user interface, but also with unutilized features like the group feature. Fantastic idea, but really difficult to go and work out how to go and use it because it's just tucked away in the bottom right hand corner. What about the ranked mode that nobody knows about because the UI is so garbage? What about jobs that are really difficult to go and get to? What about the whole equipping and unequipping and changing inventory and all that? Very difficult to go and do as well. They have a lot of work cut in front of them, but gameplay wise, Combat Arms Reloaded is in a really good state. Not only from the Pure Combat mode, but for the general combat as well. For the veteran players that want that type of experience, it's available. But for the new players, stick on Pure Combat mode and you're going to have a lot of fun, and I'm having a lot of fun as well. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to go and give it a like rating. But other than that, it's Undercover Dudes all the way from Down Under.